clipped her with a car, and she was fucked up. I mean, she went from being a straight A student to being someone who could no longer do math. She detailed it like really emotionally and very honestly and vulnerably. She was very vulnerable in discussing it on my podcast. It was really scary.
She's got such a big heart too. It really is very, very obvious whenever she talks, and she's on Twitter, and she's super funny. I mean, I'm a big fan of her Twitter, and I adore her.
And that thing that she said about that woman, you know, being a marriage of this and you know,
Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes.
You know, like that ain't the worst thing to say. And the lady looks like the lady from the Planet of the Apes. I don't give a fuck what you say. She does. And she didn't even know she was black.
I thought the bitch was white. Two great things about Roseanne.
I thought she was Jewish. She looks like my sister.
She's running the government. Yeah. She must be Jewish. I thought the thing that was great about Roseanne is she was on, I think, Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity. And he's like, do you want to apologize to Valerie Jarrett? She looked at the camera. She goes, Valerie, I'm genuinely sorry. I did not want to hurt you. This was not acceptable. But I also do think you need a better haircut. You know, like she still had her joke in there. But she's such a sweetheart. And I don't think Valerie, the thing that I have people arguing with me about, Valerie Jarrett was born in Iran.
Yes.
And people were like, well, she's not black. She was born in Iran. I'm like, you know, black people can give birth in Iran, right? That's the thing. And this was they couldn't wrap their heads around it that she was black, but in Iran. Her parents were American.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing was a mess, but it's also one of those things that's fiercely tribal, just like you said before. And then our tribe, the tribe of the left or the tribe of the right, our tribe has decided your tribe is unacceptable, and what you've done is just beyond the possibility of any sort of apology. You need to be removed, even at a significant financial loss. And apparently the people that were responsible for getting her fired, one of them has already been removed.
Oh.
Yeah, and now they're realizing this was a horrendous decision. They went from having the #1 show on television to having this bastard version of that show.
The Hogan family.
It's fucking terrible, man, and nobody wants it. And so if they just decided to bring her back and she apologized and everyone soothed it over, and look, there could be money donated to charitable causes. It could be a teachable moment or a learning moment for everybody, for the whole country. A moment also of of bonding, where we just abandon these ridiculous ideas.
There was an episode, I watched the series, it was like episode 6. Her neighbors that moved in to the Connor's house were from Lanford were Muslims, and Roseanne was prejudiced, and then she realized she was wrong. Yes. There was an episode that's like, stop being, so she's always been very culturally left.
Yeah, yeah. She is in some ways, and she's right in some. She leans right in some ways. She's very pro-Israel.
Yes,
she's like super so much so that she's even talked about moving to Israel.
Yeah, and because I mean, I think she feels. I can't speak for her, so.
Yeah. Well, the whole. But what do you got here, Jamie?
It says their ratings are actually pretty good. It's the #2 show overall on ABC, and it's their top-rated comedy. It's down from where it was, obviously, but it's still getting 10 million.
Spin, though. What are you getting this from? You're getting this from Vulture.com, which is a very left-leaning show. And it's probably... We'll go to the title of this. Go to the title of this.
All TV shows right now.
Yeah.
Ugh, Murphy Brown, good Lord.
Yeah, what's that about?
It's a mummy that comes back to life.
Yeah, but the ratings are significantly lower, more than 50% lower than they were with the other show.
True, but it was also an extreme hit.
Right, but it's the same show, Jamie.
Okay.
There's no way you're going to tell me 50% is not a problem.
Yeah, but that's the problem. You're reading a spin. What you're reading is Vulture's spin on it that says it's not that bad.
They're circling the wagons.
Not only is it not that bad, they did 10 episodes. They ordered an 11th.
Yes.
That's unprecedented. What you order is, look, when I was on sitcoms, they would do a thing called the back 9, right? So you would get 13 episodes, and they would order the back 9, which would bring you to 22, which is a full order. They're not doing a full order. This show's dead.
Right.
So it ain't good.
And the other thing is, you keep in mind, this show is extremely expensive.
Yes.
Because you got to pay Laurie Metcalf, who's probably the best comedic actress out there.
John Goodman. More than $300,000.
John
Goodman gets more than $300,000.
And Sarah Gilbert.
Sarah Gilbert gets more than $300,000.
And then you got the others, too, and the rest.
So you have $1 million right away just with 3 members of the cast. Then you have production fees, all these other different fees.
There must be 1 billion EPs in that show.
It's crazy money. It's crazy money. And it could be the biggest show on television. If she was still on it and the apology was accepted, you're not going to lose viewers.
They could have easily done an episode where where the character did that,
100%.
and the character gets clowned as an asshole.
Yes, 100%. They could have done it where they're interviewing her outside of the polls, and she says that
right on TV. Yeah, like Land for Television.
Yeah, they say she says it on television, and then she gets labeled as a racist, and then a bunch of people say, "Well, she really does look like that lady."
No, that would be how it would end. It would end with them coming home. Dan closed the door and goes to her. She really does look like that. Yeah. I know. And
well,
then cuts
the whole thing about I didn't know she was black, and like, how could you not know? And then they show different people that look black that aren't black, and different people that look white but are black.